Let's ride. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming along as I kind of stealth camped a Cold War military bomber plane crash, man. 7 service members lost their lives, and I went in to go pay respect. Cool campsite, man. I brought something good to eat too. And of course, brought a good beer, man. I brought some new gear, limited edition fall gear. I'm trying it out. It's live on the website, hoppycampernh.com. Do me a favor, if you like what you're watching, smash that like button, subscribe, would you? Give me them subbies. Subscribe, it helps the channel grow, and that's what we're doing. Fall's coming. I hope you like this one. I'll see you out there. My feet wet, man. Brought a spare pair, man. I'm gonna put them on. It's supposed to be chilly tonight, and these will be wet all day. I'll run the heater on the Jeep on the floor so that it dries them out, man, because it'll be wet all day, man. I came out deep into the Maine woods looking for a military plane crash from the Cold War. 7 people lost their lives in this crash, and I want to pay my respects to them. The wreckage here is a plane crash, B52. Buff, as they like to call it, for big, ugly, fat fuck. Was on a routine radar subversion, enemy intrusion training mission, where the primary mission was to infiltrate enemy territory by avoiding their radar. The only way to do that was to come in at like treetop level. They had 2 options. They came out of Westover, Massachusetts, and they could have turned south to South Carolina or go north to Maine. They chose Maine on a bitterly cold day, January 24th, 1963. Took off about noon. It was about 15 below zero. There was 5 feet of snow on the ground. There was a crew of 6 and 3 observers. Lieutenant Colonel Joe Simpson, Maj William Gabriel, Maj Herbert Hanson, Maj Robert Hill, Maj Robert Morrison, Captain Charles Leuchter, Technical Sergeant Michael O'Keefe, Lieutenant Colonel Dante Bully, and Captain Gerald Adler. What happens was they met their rendezvous points, but at one of them they just experienced severe buffeting, and the tail fin sheared off at the bolts, and the plane became uncontrollable. So the captain, unable to level the plane, he was in a right turn, banking downward spiral. He ordered them to abandon the plane. So the air crew on a B-52, they have 2 ways to bail out. The people on the flight deck, the navigator and the pilots, they can eject through the top, and the remaining crew eject through the bottom. Unfortunately, when you're doing a low-level flight, that pretty much means that you don't have a chance. And that was the case here. That's where 6 of the 7 fatalities came from. By the time the captain ordered evacuate the airplane, it was too late. They were too low, and those guys didn't have a chance. 3 men ejected out the top. The co-pilot, he ejected, but unfortunately, he hit a tree about a mile from here. So he was found deceased. pilot ejected and landed. He was 30 feet up in a tree, suspended by his parachute, and he hung out there for like 20 hours. It got down to negative 29 degrees that night, so it was cold, but he managed to survive. The navigator, what's the only ever ejection where he survived, but his parachute didn't deploy. So he survived. He landed in 5 feet of snow, upright in his ejection seat, and used his survival gear. He broke some vertebrae, and he fractured his skull, but he survived. So 2 men survived, and 7 perished that night. A guy working in logging operations had seen the plane turn and the black smoke, but searchers searched too far south, so by the time they realized where the crash was, they had to wait till the next day. It was not all in vain. That crash was not the first, but it was the last, where the tail fin, it sheared off in severe turbulence down low. It was the last time because this crash prompted the change of the bolts that hold the tail fin on, so that this accident would not happen again. So I saw some people like hiking into this spot, and a guy just pulled up next to me. So I'm gonna go up the road a little bit, like up that way, just see if there's any place I can pull off, and I'm just gonna check some spots, man. See what's over there. That rutted course I was on just dead ends like here, up high up here, but unfortunately there's no views. I'd love to get a spot with some views of the night sky, man. I'd love to get a little higher up. I just don't know how to get there. So I launched the drone to try to do a little reconnaissance and find a good campsite with a view. And I found this patch of forested land up on the mountain and figured I'd check it out. So I packed up my gear and hiked into the woods. Little did I know that this scrubby patch of clearing was full of just scrub brush, 5 feet tall. It was a nightmare to get through. Looked way better from the air. We tried, but that was unbearable, man. All right, time for plan B. Whatever that is. We got a little view, man. That's a lot better than the last spot. Dude, this isn't bad. This view is way better than the last spot. I don't see any fresh tracks. I mean, there's some, but there's no fire ring. There's no beer cans anywhere. I'm stunned there's not like an established campsite here. I might just back the Jeep in here and sleep under the stars, man. Why not? I'm just surprised there's no evidence anybody's ever been here. Well, I mean, camped here. I don't think a lot of people use this place. Yeah, let's set something up. I'm psyched, man. I don't have to go nuts. Pro tip, always tie the bag around one of the legs and you won't lose it. I don't want to stab that mattress with a bunch of sharp rocks, so I might get some pine boughs, and lay them down. I'm psyched, man. My son found my knife. I had lost it under the couch. And so I was using my old beater. Now I got my 115 blade back, man. 115 millimeters. I love this knife. Let's get some pine boughs. Boughs. That's good for now, man. Even though the mattress, pretty sure it already has a slow leak. But let's keep it slow, man. I need some wood, man. Mrs. Hoppy got me a silky big boy. Look at that badass saw, man. Dude, you'll have to forgive me, man. First off, I got more keys than a janitor. My pants keep falling down, man. They're sagging. I'm on the last loop. And it's time to put another loop in there, man. Another hole. That works. Dude, this thing's a beast, man. Nice. So when I stop moving and the wind starts going, that's where you start hearing things, man. Is there a car coming? But if I'm busy, I don't even think about it. I'm not too worried, man. It's midweek. And again, I don't see a single fire ring, man. Or I haven't seen a beer can. I think I saw one. I saw one by the memorial. Just one. Someone was dumping them out for their homies? Probably not. Dizzy there, man. Stood up too fast. Got a fire ring here now. Just gotta leave some beer cans around, right? See what time it is? Dude, it's almost 1800. You know what that means? Hoppy hour. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That sun dips below the clouds. You can tell it's gonna be chilly, man. I'm putting a hoodie on. Fresh new design. Check it out. I've been wearing it all day, so it's a little dirty. It got leaves in it, but it's got leaves on it. What do you think, huh? Dude, it's like a nice lightweight hoodie, but it's awesome, man. I'm psyched, man. Check it out, hoppycampernh.com, man. I got a little special limited edition. Today, I bring you Hipster Apocalypse by Mason's Brewing. A hazy, dry hopped with Idaho 7 hops. 5.7%, man. Not a big deal. Oh, yep, you know, it smells malty, smells effervescent, smells a little bit light, man. That's probably why it's like 5.7 alcohol. They're out of, ironically, Brewer, Maine. What a cool place to be from if you're a brewer, right? Got some solid color. I mean, that's really golden. Look at that in the sun, man. Really golden. Tastes malty. Very West Coasty with that bitterness. But New England with the juiciness. It's a good mix, you know. It's definitely hazy, hoppy, and just like me, man. And a little West Coasty, which is cool. So yeah, they don't call it a New England IPA. They just call it a hazy hoppy, and I totally agree with that. But I swear I've had their beers before, but they're true to themselves. It tastes like an IPA with some haze, man. A West Coast with some haze to it. Little bit soapiness, only a tiny bit. Really bitter, and it stays on the palate bitter. And they're from Brewer, Maine, and so I wanted something that was from Maine because I'm in Maine right now. This is in Maine. If you haven't figured it out yet, Bruce, which you know exactly where I am. You've probably been here before. So Bruce is a guy. He goes around to all my sites and he finds them and shows me what they look like now. You know, it's wicked cool. You should follow along. I think he does it on my Hoppy Camper page on Facebook. Check it out. It's wicked cool. Bruce, find this campsite, man. I'll put a Hoppy camper sticker somewhere. Anyway, dude, good beer. What do you say, man? What sayeth ye, Hoppy? I'm gonna say, dude, this is a solid, good beer. 3.75, follow me on Untapped. Real Hoppy camper. The guy at the store, it was a Trading Post store, it was really cool. But I was like, hey man, hazy Hoppy juicy, and from Maine. And he's like, first he's like, dude, get out of here, this is for employees only. And I was like, oh, I thought it was the beer cave. He's like, well, that's over there, but whatever. This is the beer cave. But, and then he went to hand me a flume, and I was like, no man, I can get that at home. And I'm a long way from home right now. I drove 4 hours this morning to get here. Well, it was 4.5. Gotta drive it to get out of here tomorrow. 3.75, Real Hoppy Camper Untapped. You ever notice when you're in the mountains, clouds move faster? Or at least it looks like they do, because you're closer to them. It's the best. This is a cool spot, man. Sunset should be good. Sunset should be real good, man. Oh, I almost forgot, dude. Some horseradish sauce, man. Look at this bottle. Isn't that cool? You squish it. Dude, that's good. Score, man. Love mushrooms, man. All right, I'm gonna eat. It's good. It's wicked good, man. Dude, it's vest time, man. It's cold, dude. It's chilly. So I wanted to correct something I said earlier. I said that this was the last time a tail fin sheared off a B52, and they fixed it after this one. Actually, it wasn't. It was 4 days later, the same thing happened, and the Air Force was like, all stop, like grounded the fleet and said, we need to fix this. And so this crash contributed to the solution, but it happened again like 4 days later. Yeah, that was a problem. I kind of like struggled what to do tonight. Like I wanted to totally go back there and like have a drink with with some service members who made the ultimate sacrifice, man. But I thought about it and I was like, I feel like there's a component out there that wouldn't really appreciate that and thought it was disrespectful. So I didn't go back. I could see that perspective, even though I haven't told you guys, but I'm also a veteran, and so I can get down with that, man. I can understand that, so I left it alone. I didn't go back. So in researching this, Gerald Alder and Bully, Bulli, who he's the one who ended up hanging from the tree for like 20 hours in negative 30-degree temps. And then Gerald Alder, he ejected, but his chute didn't open, so he ended up in 5 feet of snow. But thankfully he was upright. He made it because of that. So he died in 2021. He actually had a reunion with the guy who fast roped down the helicopter and scooped him out of the snow. He did that in 2013. And Bully, he died in 2017. So they lived long, full lives, man. Oh, this warmth is great. This is great. Oh, man. It gets cold quick. What's the temp? 50. It feels every bit of it. It's getting cold, dude. Did you see this sweatshirt? What do you think? Check it out, man. Check it out. HoppyCamperNH.com. Just a limited edition, and I love it. It's so badass. Like, check it out. Score some stuff while you're there. Get the gear the pros wear. I'm just sleeping under the stars tonight, like, and there's a lot of stars. Gotta enjoy summer while it's still here. And then it's fall. You ready? Are you ready? We're gonna be busy. I got a lot of trips planned. Stay tuned, all right? Thanks for coming along. We're just gonna chill, all right? See you in a little bit. Hey guys, good morning. It got cold last night. It's dew everywhere. Sleeping bag's wet. It's all wet, but I'm drying here, man. It was nice and warm in here. I gotta start a fire to make some coffee. All right, let's go. So I knew I heard a float plane take off. That would have been cool to catch that on film, man. It's gonna be hot. But yummy. Leave no trace, right? Like I was never even here, man. Here you go, Bruce. Find that one, buddy. So before we leave, I'm gonna walk down and check out that crash site one more time, man. Just say goodbye to the boys. It's early, so I'll be alone.